Howdy folks, just here gonna do a quick unboxing of a cheapo freight, the disposable tool stores let's see, service cart here, but anyways, Harbor Freight. But basically what my kind of plan with this thing is I'm gonna turn it into more of a welding cart. Just couldn't really find a kind of a welding cart that I thought it would work well for what I wanted, and then I was debating on making one, and I probably still will, but this kind of just run with this for maybe a couple years or something, and or maybe a couple months, whatever. Then when I get some more time, maybe figure out what I want one to more so be like and make one. But anyway, so my kind of thought would be, just kind of explain this before I crack this thing open. But basically, it's just basically take some material, extend this out, put my tank over here, and then put the machine just on the top, and then that gives you some nice flat area, storage area below there, I think, to put some whatever, some materials, pieces you cut out and prepped and all that, and towed them around, and helmet. I don't know, I just don't like the regular style welding carts that most people are using. So let's see here. I get to cracking this thing open. Yeah, I mean, just kind of always like to try to buy stuff that's made here, but Jesus, you can't find much in the way of service carts that are made here below well, a pretty penny. So figured, like I said, just roll with this cheapo guy for a little bit and see how she works, but see how she's packaged. And by the way, what model number am I dealing with here? It is item number 5. Not that you can read that, but there it is, 58338. It's the 30-inch service cart in white. Why did I go with white? I don't know. I guess I was feeling really boring when I ordered it. I don't know. I'm really puzzled. I'm just sitting here thinking, why the hell did I buy a white one? But anyways, that's what we got. So seems like they come packed just kind of what you'd expect. Looks like we got some legs, if you will. Set those guys up there. Some more legs. I don't know, I can measure the thickness of the steel, see if it has actually what they said it was on the website. And yeah, so I mean, it comes fairly well packed, I guess, or packaged, I should say. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, just light gauge steel, really. So I'm gonna see if I can set the camera somewhere and get more of a decent shot on me pulling this thing and opening this thing here. So let's see. All right, yeah, set you down there. So let's see. We've got our U.S. General. So I guess that's probably the top. There. Don't get scratched out or nothing. There we go. And then let's see, what do we got in here? Inside, it's packaged. Oh, it even comes with some keys. Not that I don't ever need that. So we got a couple of keys for it. Some instructions. So I'll set you guys down here again and see if we can keep this guy out. Those got to be the casters. Alright, so there's the drawer. They said no packaging wear issues yet, so that's pretty good. Get this guy out of here. And nothing too exciting, really, but Then we got, looks like the upper handles. Don't know if I'll put those on. Probably put at least one of them on. And then we've got the bottom tray. Looks like that's where, yeah, that's the bottom piece that the casters go on. So what I'll do is, you know, don't need to bore you with assembly of this silly thing. Let's just face it, if you're buying one of these tool carts and you can't figure out how to assemble it, you probably shouldn't be buying a tool cart. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and throw this thing together and then get back with you with my initial impressions of this this tool cart, and yeah, maybe throw some weight in the drawers too, see how they slide compared to maybe the Homac box. So throw some you know, comparable type of weight in there and just see how the drawers, the one drawer slides. Comes with a little foam liner. Wasn't expecting much, like I said. This thing's just gonna hold a welder for maybe a little while, and then I don't know what the heck. So I'll get back with you in a minute. Alright, howdy folks, back here again the next day. I had to get some hardware and figure out what I was going to do with this cart. So basically I'm gonna extending this out just with some 2x6s, and countersunk the bolts. I'm gonna put a piece of just OSB, cut it out on here, and then probably cut out another piece with the radius of the tank, the gas for the gas, and then the tank will sit right kind of in the middle there. Just bolted that one wheel on with a bracket that I made just out of some C-channel. Just had it laying around, so I did that with a bolt. So I'll show you kind of what I did there. But yeah, so you're just using the factory, or I should say the casters, that wheels, whatever you want to call them, that it came with up there for now. And it's pretty, I think it's going to be like darn near perfectly level. So with these wheels, how I got it. And I had the level on there a minute ago, so yeah, it's pretty much level. Just a slight slope to it, but anyway, so there's that, and then I'll just show you what I came up with for a bracket for these wheels, these bigger wheels I bought. I wanted bigger wheels when I'm dragging it out. If I drag it outside the shop onto the gravel, so it rolls, you know, a little bit easier and all that. So basically got a, what is it, I think it's a 5/8 bolt. I cut the head off of it there, and then just took some C-channel I had laying around, sliced it real quick, and then just kind of a buggy looking weld. Good penetration on it though, but first time I welded in like 7 years, and just welded that sucker on there. And so that's my bracket, so that's what's mounting below the 2x6 on the ground, and then that's effectively my axle for my wheel. And then just a big washer up against here, wheel, washer, nut, and a lock nut just to lock that in and let it have some play in there so it's not just tight. So that's kind of what I did there. And I don't know, that one turned out pretty decent for what it was. But like I said, it's going to be underneath, who really cares. And then as far as the cart's concerned, or I guess the upper part of the cart, I'll tell you, those drawers are not great. You know, I wasn't expecting much being the price point, and then it's a cheapo freight thing, but damn, those are rough. I mean, this old Craftsman thing's a joy compared to that. That box is a joy. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but damn, I didn't realize how bad a drawer could be. So yeah, we'll see how they are if I throw a little weight in there. And so once I get, I'm still waiting on the other wheel. I ordered one, and I ordered two, and only one came. So I had to call them and say, hey, you know, give me another wheel. So anyways, but yeah, this thing, it's all right. I mean, the finish quality on it's decent for what it is. I mean, actually pretty good. And yeah, so I'm just going to end up setting the welder up here. I don't know if I'm going to make like a box or how I'm going to set it, but basically the gas is going to sit on this side, I've decided, on the right. And then obviously welder will be up close to it, and then that's where she'll end up. So when I finally get that last wheel and get to just set this upper part of the cart on the bottom, I will make another clip and show you what I came up with. So catch up with you later. Howdy folks, back here to finish this video off. Finally got everything I needed, but yep, so basically turned this Harbor Freight service cart into kind of a welding cart. I don't know, I was gonna use some angle and just make some neat basically just extend it out underneath instead of using wood. And then I don't know, I had as a material, but I'm like, I'm going to save that for something else that I think I'm going to be using it for. And so instead of using a ton of expensive steel at the moment, steel's relatively expensive, and I figured I'd just do this easy. So basically just took two 2x6s for the length of the cart plus about 10 inches or so, and then notched out the 2x6 about an inch to recess the wheels in a little bit further back here. I could have gone a lot more, right, if I wanted to, but I don't know, whatever. And hopefully with this width it'll be maybe even a little bit more stable. And when I drag it outside on the rough ground, and I still gotta figure out like an actual, maybe I just do 2 chains to wrap around from the posts of the cart to the tank. But for now I just got it strapped and just wiggling this thing. I mean, it's as it is, it's freaking on there right now, doesn't go anywhere. Or I could even just put basically cut out a piece with a radius of sheet and just screw that on there so it kind of recesses in there. I don't know, but otherwise, yep, so this is what it turned out like. Nothing crazy, but at least this way, when I'm cutting, if I got like some gussets or something, they're pieces of little material, I can just set them under there and always have them handy with me as I'm welding and whatever. And I might eventually I might just bring the build like a little bit of a you might say a stand, or just maybe even just prop the welder up on a couple 2x6s and lay them down across the bottom. And then so it'll sit up a little bit higher, because right now, to get the door open on this side, it just barely doesn't clear. So I mean, if you brought it up ½ inch, it'd probably clear. So anyways, so yep, that's what I got going on here. Overall, the cart itself, I think Harbor Freight gives you 1 extra of each size bolt. That's what I ended up with, even though I didn't end up using all these, or I didn't use really any of these because of how I did with the wood on the bottom. And I don't know why this thing keeps going in and out of focus on me, so I apologize. And let's see here. So as far as the door itself, I mean, they barely give you enough threads on these for them to get on there. I mean, that's tightened down all the way, and the nylock is barely biting on that screw. So I'm not a fan of that. Like I said, I did punch these holes. I mean, I've got 2 screws there too, and then another 4 on each end here. So I don't think there's really much of a need for using those. I mean, it's very solid. This door, when you put a little weight in them, they're better, but now even just kind of closing it, you kind of push it closed like that, doesn't seat all the way. So you got to really kind of just give it a little something to close it. And when there's lots of weight on the cart, it's not going to move on you, so that's not a bad thing. At least with the way I've got these wheels. Now, if it had those swiveling wheels all on all fours, it'd probably move a lot on you. So be able to start throwing a bunch of stuff in here. And yep, so that's that. You could pull off this handle. I might do that. I might pull off this back handle and make something that comes up and over higher to drip the cords and everything on. So, but yeah, that's all there is to it. So rolls around pretty nicely, and yeah, I don't know. Guess for the money, it's not a bad deal. Didn't have any hardware missing, and it'll do its job. As far as being level, it's slightly on the left side there, lower. But I mean, I threw a level on the top of it, and the bubble is about 90% in between the lines. So like I said, it's basically level. I mean, you don't really notice it at all. So should be fine. And that's what I got. Catch up with you later.